Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. One time, a man came to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in Hadith Bukhari, and he asked him, Awsini, give me advice. So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam told him a two-word hadith, La taghdab, do not be angry. La taghdab, do not be angry. So he asked again, give me advice, because that wasn't sufficient for him. He thought that's just a tidbit, there's better advice for him to give. So he kept asking, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam kept repeating, La taghdab, don't be angry. It was very interesting because Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, anytime somebody asked him, Sahaba were always interested in wanting to know how they can excel, how they can exceed, how they can get to Jannah. So they were always asking him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, questions. They were very curious, and they always wanted to excel in good deeds. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, always whenever somebody came to ask him, give me advice, what is the best action that I could do, X, Y, Z, he always used to give a different response. So the reason he did that, can you guess? He knew the people so well that the response that he gave to them was best suited for them. So for this person, when he said, La taghdab, don't be angry, that was his problem, that person's problem. That was his issue. He had issue with anger management. So he told him, don't be angry. For another person, for example, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, don't be a potty mouth. Don't ridicule people. When he said, give me advice. Another person, he said, give me advice. So, and he told him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that be shy of Allah just like you are shy with a righteous person around you. So if you Sheikh Ninawi or another Sheikh, Yasir Qadi, or somebody comes in and you're shy with them, just like that, be shy with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala too when you do anything. So anyway, so his Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam advice changes based on who he was speaking to. So for this person, it was, don't be angry. And each of those advices, obviously all of them put together, are extremely important for all of us. The reason I'm talking about this is because I actually lost my temper last night, and I wanted to apologize publicly to other people. Like that should have been better. I should have done a little bit better, but I lost my temper last night, and I ask you to forgive me. This is why I recited the ayat in the first rak'ah, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَسَارِعُوا إِلَى مَغْفِرَةٍ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ وَجَنَّةٍ عَرْضُهَا السَّمَوَاتُ وَالْأَرْضُ. Rush toward Jannah, rush toward the forgiveness of Allah, and as if the forgiveness of Allah is in the same direction as Jannah. So rush towards the forgiveness of Allah and Jannah. That is, how big is it? It's as big as His universe. أَرْضُهَا السَّمَوَاتُ وَالْأَرْضُ أُعِدَّتْ لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. It is prepared for those who have taqwa, who fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this ayat in Surah Al Imran describes the qualities of who those muttaqin are, who fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. أُعِدَّتْ لِلْمُتَّقِينَ الَّذِينَ يُنْفِقُونَ فِي السَّرَّاءِ وَالضَّرَّاءِ. Those who spend in the path of Allah when it's easy and when it's difficult, right? When things are easy and things are difficult. السَّرَّاءِ وَالضَّرَّاءِ وَالْكَاظِمِينَ الْغَيْظَ. And they swallow their rage. It doesn't say anger. But what is ghayz? Ghayz is rage that you feel, and anger is when it actually comes out and becomes expressed. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not talking about swallowing your anger, because when it is expressed, you can't swallow that. What you can swallow is when rage is building up inside you, like it was happening to me last night. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive me. You swallow that. وَالْكَاظِمِينَ الْغَيْظَ. These are the people who fear Allah. وَالْعَافِينَ عَنِ النَّاسِ. And those who forgive people and overlook their faults. And we talked about that a couple of weeks ago in the topic of patience. Those who overlook and forgive people So I couldn't swallow my anger. I hope that all of you can actually overlook my faults and be one of those who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about in these ayat. وَالْكَاظِمِينَ الْغَيْظَ وَالْعَافِينَ عَنِ النَّاسِ وَاللَّهُ يُحِبُّ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. And Allah loves those who excel to do good deeds. And we can go on and on. And I just wanted to say the topic of anger and anger management actually is a subset of patience. And it's a very, very large topic. So much can be talked about it. But I wanted to remind myself of these ayat and these teachings, and I wanted to seek your forgiveness and remind you at the same time. Barakallahu feekum. Assalamu alaikum.